Welcome back, RawSangan family. So today I'm gonna show you why Fluffals is tier 1, one of the best deck out there. A lot of you guys are be like, no, Fluffals are still tier 2, no way. Look at all these wins. This is me on Dueling Book grinding. I don't get to play as much. And I bet you seen, hey, you have a loss connection. I'll show you guys here in a second. And I bet you're looking at these losses. I'm like, I was trying to play Dragon Maids. Here, I'll show you really quick. Dragon Maids are a fun deck. They're my next project. I just like fusion decks, and I'm just like, hey, I work at hotels, you know, Dragon Maids are hospitality. This deck was built for me. Nah, this deck sucks. Well, I just don't know how to play them at their full potential. But alright. And I'm going to show you this one. This one was a lost connection. See? Boom. Lost connection. So. Yeah, see? Alright. But back to the place that I want to show you. So I'm just going to show you like my top 3 rated duels. My newest. It's like higher rankings, you know. But alright, so I'm just gonna fast forward to all these different matches. I'm gonna show you 4 different ones. Yeah, so you guys can have a good idea of like what this deck can do. The reason I probably didn't overextend, because I did get what's it call it? Dimensional Shifter. And I just didn't want my cards to get banished, because like a lot of these cards do rely on our graveyards. So yeah. So this is a pretty good deck. I actually like what do you call it? I don't know what it's called. It's just basically Maju deck. Huh. Because they play to the really last card, because they just banish everything and just boom, one shot kill you with their green Maju card. So basically it gives them 400 for each banished card. Basically they banish your whole deck basically, and banish your cards too. So I believe I got game 1. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. So I think I lost game 1. I should have paid attention. I'm so sorry, guys. I hope you guys are paying attention. No, yeah. So I did lose game 1. Game 2, he scoops it up. And I think this is gonna be game 3. And the reason I'm doing all my monsters in defense modes, because like I said, this deck just one punch kills you. That's how strong this deck is. And man, this guy, he baited me out really good, because honestly I don't know his hand, but he didn't see like the green Manju. He didn't see what's it called, the one that banished 10th, you special summon it. But either way, I can just play through a lot of the cards and just like kill him. See, boom. He knew he was gonna get OTK. He already used up all his resources. He drew 2 just because he wanted to see what cards he's gonna draw next. So yeah, so that one's out of the bag. So let's see this one. And always subscribe to my channel. We're gonna do a lot of Fluffal stuff. We're gonna do a lot of dueling replays for other decks too. Just comment down below what you guys want to see. I'm grinding out here. I'm trying to entertain you guys. So I know each of my subscribers has different tastes, but I won't know until you guys let me know. So alright, so I'm gonna use Toad to negate his Pot of Abras, and because you do negate the activation, he's allowed to activate another Pot of Abras. So he just banished 20 cards. I'm just like, there's no way he's gonna win this match. What's left? But apparently this deck can still do a whole bunch. But you see he had 3 hand traps. We play around it. He summoned his Axco Talker. The reason he can attack twice is because he made I think it's called, what is it called? I don't know. There's a link monsters, a link 2. You can, if you linked it off, that monster can attack twice. Pretty good card. So I activate total toy vendor where, what do you call it? No, I activate pot of avarice where impermanence was set, so that's why I had to put the cards back. That's why I couldn't draw two. Oops. But you see, like, this deck has so much different plays. Oh man, this game, man. Sometimes you can't win them all. I had the red reboot, but other than that, I didn't really have much. I knew. Well, to be honest, I was kind of confident because I was just I'm gonna hit his Salamander Great Trap card, but no. He had Lancia. It was gonna stop me anyways. Not Lancia. What's it called? Artifact Sanctum. But man, Fluffals is just such a strong deck. Like, I always enjoy playing Fluffals. Fluffals was one of, like, once I saw it, I've been playing it since it came out, but it's always my fun deck, just like how Dragon Maid right now is my fun deck. And I took it to several regionals, and I always got my invite with it. The highest place I ever got was 9th place. Once was with Tosa, twice was Lenexa, and one was at Fayetteville that I got 9th place. Alright, so you see that I won this match too. Yeah, but I think I got like a 13th place, I got in 12th place. I won several Yu-Gi-Oh days just because, like, the World's Yu-Gi-Oh, we had to play a separate ban list, so of course I'm gonna play a deck that did not get touched by the ban list, and I was comfortable with it, and I just dominated every single World set I went with Fluffals. The Fluffals has won me so much money, because those envelopes are like 2,000 bucks a piece. Unfortunately I sold one for like 600, but who knew it was gonna go up that high. I kept the latest one, the 2019. And that's always one of the problems we face when we make Clemades. Getting Kaiju is. I usually expected game 2, game 3. I never expected game 1, and it does hurt. I'm like, when I just get Kaiju blindly. And the reason that we don't activate it right away is because you can get impermanence and you can get, what do you call it, gamma. And here in the next game, you're gonna see a perfect example why we don't activate it right away. I got hit with impermanent, spoiler. But yeah, so like, either way, we still got Kaiju. We still ended up winning the game because of Super Poly. Super Poly is really good against this deck because it lets you play around Nibiru. It lets you also like break your opponent's board a lot easier, and then like on the battle phase you can just clear your opponent's board. Well, this is what I like to do. So I like to use Kraken's effect to send a card to the graveyard and use Kraken's to attack the rest of the monsters, so we can clear their board, activate Super Poly, fuse the Kraken, and usually like the other Fluffal monster we have to make Sabertooth. And because it's still in the battle phase, Sabertooth can still activate his effect because it's a summon effect, and bring back Kraken, and we're still in the battle phase, of course, and just OTK. So, but you probably saw just a couple of seconds ago that I activated Clemades effect right away because I didn't want to get Kaiju'd, and I got hit with impermanence. And this time he was able to get game 2. Like, Cyber Dragons is it's a pretty good tier 2 deck. Don't sleep on it. This guy is seeing impermanence. He sees a lot of hand traps, but like this deck can just like play around it. So he ashed what do you call it, the Fright for Patchwork, but he didn't have enough for game. So basically, if you didn't watch what happened, because we know we are doing fast forward, he sets one card, we just pop it, goes back to my turn, we just OTK because he Cyber Dragons have a hard time going first. That's why when I lost game 2, I made him go first, because our deck, we can go second, we can go first. We don't care because this deck is the best deck. So this is gonna be the last replay I show you. Back what I was saying earlier, this deck can go first, can go second, doesn't matter. This deck breaks board like no other. This deck can make so many different game-changing boards. Basically, we don't let your opponents play anymore. That's what Fluffals do. Going first, going second, we OTK. We have the pure version where I like, and we also have like the synchro version that it's not my favorite, but it is sometimes I switch it over just because I do get bored playing the same strategy over and over and over. And the synchro version is a little bit different. Well, it's a big difference from the pure build, but it's not as much different as every other deck right now, because every deck wants to make Needle Fiber, and from that they make Herald and Savage Dragon. Oh yeah, and they make Buster Dragon equipped with Savage. And to me, that's not fun. The reason I like Fluffals is because it's a whole different strategy. And you're not playing the same deck over and over and over. Like Dragon Link, the same thing. Inferno Nobles does the same thing. They end with the same board and they rip cards out of your hand. How fun is that? So what I'm playing right now is, what's it called? Numeron's Eldish. Yeah, I just scooped it up. Let me pause it really quick. Let me see if I can. Oh, all right. I didn't pause it in time. So that card basically lets you draw for many exceed number cards you have on the field. So he drew 4. He's gonna make Numeron Utopia Sexo or whatever. I'm not winning that game, so I'm just scooping it up. I'm not. There's no way I was gonna win. Let's both be honest. So alright, so we're going to game 3. You know, we're doing the same classic Fluffal builds. We're drawing as much as we can. And man, I was not expecting spear mode. I was kind of happy that like my board, we weren't able to do like the classic Appaloosa, Toad, etc. So basically what happened here, I activate Clamades. Clamades made it where his Numeron monster can attack, so he used Scythe to pop his Numeron card. Then he tries to raw spear mode, but he can't because Numeron Calling says you can only normal or special summon once after you activate that card. So he used his summoning on Numeron 0, so that's why he couldn't spear me mode, raw spear me. And also, here's a question I want to ask you guys, because I'm not really good with ruling. Like I know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh, I know plus experience. But I activate Harpy Feather Dusters, and then he chained his Eldish cards. So he chained these 3 cards, then he sent them to the graveyard. Was that correct? What, like, because he special summoned the monsters on the field. So I don't understand why he just sent them to the graveyard. If you guys can comment down below and tell me why, I would really appreciate it, because I don't know if he misplayed or that was actually the correct way to do it. I really want to know. But alright, so like if you guys enjoyed this fast forward like Fluffal gameplay, and the reason I don't have my webcam on is because I want to show you this, it's actually me playing. It's not like other Fluffal players. I don't know if it was gonna be a big deal or not, so I did it that way. But yeah, so let me know if you like this kind of content. Just fast forwarding it, because obviously we know what Fluffal does. If you don't, just comment down below, put the time frame, and I can explain my thought theory and why I did it. Because this wasn't going to be like a explanation. It was just showing you that Fluffal's tier 1 best deck, etc. I see you guys made it to the end of the video. Remember, don't forget to subscribe, join the RawSangan family, hit that notification bell so you guys can be notified when we upload new videos. And let's keep it with the RawSangan!